open to the public. If you're an art enthusiast, or if you're passionate about art, or if you work in spaces where art is part of the equation, I think art should be the centerpiece of our lives, of our lifestyle, wherever you are. You know that saying that a world without art would be So anyways, that being said, so this is the website. It's the Amazon of artists. Okay, there's tons of artists here. If you visit the site, you're gonna find lots of artwork, right? So it's important that I can't emphasize this enough, that you have to know who the artist is. And in this case, this is the artist, this is the shop. Please follow. You can actually you can do this either on your PC or on your phone. Follow the artist or contact the artist if you have any questions, right? All right, so we're gonna be looking yesterday we were looking at canvas pieces. Now the site, just like any other e-commerce site, shows you categories of how you can navigate the site and be able to find the product you're looking for easily. So once you get to the site and you find your artist, who in that case would be Christine. Now this link is also on the TikTok page. If you're watching us from TikTok, if you go in the bio, that link, the link to this site is on the TikTok account. But if you cannot access that link, because TikTok has a way it warns you that you're going off the site, so be sure that the website, so it's a secure website, okay? It's a secure website. So once you get, so if you're on TikTok and you want to access the link, you can do that. Just follow the link in the bio and it lead you to this. If you're not, if you get to this page, just make sure that you're searching. You go to the search bar and look for the name of the artist. In that case, it will be Christine, and then it will lead you here, okay? And then how you can navigate this page, I mean, once you get here, you're gonna see it shows where to shop. It shows there's the order of images, collection, events, blogs, but that's not the area of interest really. This pertains to the cast, to the artists. If you want to check image, if you want to shop if you want to shop from the store, or if you want to see the images, the collections, events, blogs, all that is all you can access through any one of those links. Or you can just come down here. Now down here you get all different departments that lead to different products in the store. So there is wall art, there is home decor, apparel, cases, stationery, lifestyle. In this case, because we're going to be looking at the wall art, you would click on that. And yesterday we were looking at the canvas prints. Today we're going to be looking at the metal prints. Some people may not be aware that this artwork can come on a metal print. Yes, it does. So Fine Art America has works with companies or has fulfillment centers, and they maintain a certain standard of quality with their products, and also there is a guarantee when it comes to the quality of the products that you get on this site, right? So yes, so we're gonna focus in on metal prints today, okay? Because this artwork we were previously we were looking at the framed prints, and this is what once you select, this is what you're gonna see. Now this site here, this is the only site where you're gonna find, because I've browsed through the work of the other artists, and there's a lot of talented artists on this website. Believe me or not, a lot of professional talented artists who have even veterans at this. They've been at this for a long time, right? The only thing that stands out really when it comes to this site is that all these the artwork is acrylic art. It's acrylic art on some of it's on paper, some of it is on canvas. Okay, and then we have some graphic designs. So none of this is AI. This is not AI artwork. This is artwork that has been handcrafted. Some of it's photography, and then some of it is digital art. It's photography again. It's been taken and then it's digital art, right? So this is what the framed pieces look like. But today, because we already are, the last 2 days we looked at the framed pieces, because you can have your artwork on different materials. So today we're going to be looking at the metal prints. Okay, and these are what the metal prints look like. They come in different sizes, right? The description of the metal pieces is so these metal pieces are with the metal piece, the artwork is brought to life with stylish lines and added depth of metal print. The image gets printed directly on a sheet of 1/16 thick aluminum. The aluminum sheet is offset from the wall by a 3/4 thick wooden frame, which is attached to the back. Right, so this print will be printed on aluminum. For those who are not into, if you're not into frames behind your, you're not looking for an art, you're not interested in an art frame, you're not interested in some of those frames that are put on canvas. This is aluminum. It's printed on aluminum metal, a sheet of aluminum metal. However, at the back for the hanging mechanism, there is 3/4 of thick wooden frame that is attached. The high gloss of the aluminum sheet complements the rich colors of any image to produce stunning results. Okay, so today we're going to be looking, most of the pieces I'm going to be sharing with you today are aluminum pieces. Okay, and we're going to be matching this up with artwork. Again, we're gonna go into different private properties on Vrbo, just like we did yesterday. Okay, and we're gonna be looking at pieces. Just the whole idea is, I'm not here to critique or judge. I'm just gonna be giving scenarios of how you can apply and what it means to add to enhance your guests' experience by putting art that is vibrant, art that adds color, art that brings contrast and breaks the tones, because there's this monotonous tones that I see in a lot of properties: the white, the black, the gray tones. Okay, so in order to break that, we need to bring in artwork that's really artwork that is colorful, vibrant, that is welcoming and gives your customer that warm feeling when they get in. It also adds character to the space. It also says a lot about the space, right? So as a private property owner, because you've already done enough to invest into the property and put it on market, I think art should also be given that much consideration, just like you do with all the other decor pieces, because art is you can easily, it adds a lot to the room, and it's not, once you put it on that on the wall, it's the first thing for the most part, because other things are expected, like I'm expecting to find a couch, chairs, a table, a bed, and all that in a space, right? I'm expected to find that, and if I'm finding the same kind of design and color tones that I find in other spaces, then yeah, okay, no big deal, it's the same thing. However, if I find artwork that's unusual, that's different, that stands out, that has some impact, or has some adds something to the space, then I'm gonna really appreciate that, and I'm gonna, the customer is gonna appreciate that, or your client or your guest is gonna appreciate that. Okay, so let's look at some properties here. Yesterday we were in Muskoka, So today let's go some other areas. Let's see what's in Oakville. How about that? Let's look at Oakville and see what the properties. I'm really curious just to see how they decor. So we're gonna go with a random date here, which is the 27th, and then go down and then go in and look at some of the properties. So the areas of interest for me are the living room. I'm interested in seeing what's on the wall in the living room. I'm also interested in seeing what's in the bedrooms. Okay, the rest are not so much. Like the bathrooms, I don't really, it doesn't really matter whether there is art or not in the bathrooms. But on this site here, I'm also going to show you, if you're looking for some specific accessories or items that you can add to other parts of the room, like the bathroom or the kitchen, there is small accessories on the website that again have a touch of that artwork that you can add to your space to make it really stand out and to also give it more character. Okay, and even maybe even you might get good reviews from that, because how you set up your room, really how you set it up, that says a lot. But also the quality or the details in how you set it up also says a lot. Okay, so this is Oakville. Well, let's look in at Oakville. So we're gonna checking with this property. First of all, I wanna see what the living space looks like. Okay, so that's the living space. Just bear with me here for a moment. That's the living space, and this is the monotony that I keep talking about when it comes to furniture. This is, I don't know if this is like a Canadian thing. We're really so much into the gray, white, and dark tones. I'm seeing a lot of that with a lot of properties, right? From the outside all the way to the inside. So let's move on and see. Okay, so again, gray couch, which is not really my issue. I'm looking at the walls. I'm really interested to see what's on the walls, and I'm seeing blank walls. This is why I'm saying this is for me as a guest. If I walk in, and I mean, I appreciate everything else that's going in here, but if there are no walls, like if the walls are blank, what's going on there? That would be the question. All I'm seeing is the clock, but nothing else. And because this is beautiful, nice enough, there is I like the door panel that's going on here. So there's lots of natural light going on, but nevertheless, because I'm not sure if this is a basement unit or I'm not sure what the level of the unit is, but I feel like we could use some art on these walls. Okay, I appreciate the color that's going on in here, but for us to be able to break those tones, I think it's important to add some color popping art on the walls. Let's see now. That's the living room. Let's look at the bedroom. So that's the bedroom. Again, it's the gray, that kind of gray floor, gray light tones, either darker tone, which is again, it's a pattern. It's become a thing. A lot of private home properties are into this color so much, which is fine, no worries. But I would say, because this is what's going on, it's like the trend. We should be able to kind of break that up a little bit by adding colorful art on the walls. Now, so far, I've not seen a piece of art on any of these walls in this space. And I think this is a prime example where I talk about going into some properties and they're pretty blank. There's nothing on the wall, and I don't understand why there's nothing on the wall. So for me, this would be pretty blank. If I walked into this, I would appreciate the comfort of the furniture and the cleanliness and the setup and all that. But because there's no any other decor other than the lamps and the bed. So art should be a priority in a space like this. Okay, art should be a priority, and I would put in some nice beautiful pieces. And if you ask me what would my suggestion be, so I would go here with us. What happened? Did we?
You're not just running a restaurant, you're building something big, and Square's there for all of it, giving your customers
Okay, so
to order, whether that's in person.
Just bear with me here. All right, so in that kind of space, because I'm seeing a lot of grays, blank walls, right? Gray tones or some gray. This is, I think, slightly different. So in a place like this, because the walls are smaller, I would go for I would say, let's first go for the living room, because I saw a peak of a touch of like yellow, and that's yellow. I know it kind of looks orange over the phone, but this is like yellow and brown. So maybe I would bring in, I would like to bring in something that really adds color to this space. Okay, bring in some pieces here that add to the space. So for that reason, I wouldn't mind going with a piece like this. This is a metallic piece. That's how it would look on a wall. That's how it would look like on a that kind. Let's see the walls here. Yeah, kind of gray. Oh, it's white actually. So I would go with a piece like that, like this here. Because again, we're looking for color. Now I would go with because the rooms, the ceiling and the walls are not that, the ceiling is pretty close, so maybe we want to go for I would say maybe 14 by 16 by 12. In a horizontal, and this is metal. Now this is for people who prefer not if you're not into frames, you don't want any frame, you just want your metallic. And now I'm not sure if this can, I think this can be dusted, but it can't be wiped with any wet, maybe dry. That's the beauty of this, because this will be it's an aluminum sheet, so this can be dusted, easy cleaning, and also it will be light because it's aluminum. And also you may not have to worry so much about the elements, because printed on aluminum. Okay, that's the beauty of it. So that's what I would go for. I would go for a 16 or maybe a 20 by 16, and again, that's how it would look like on the wall. And I believe that would create that would add some color to this space. Maybe put it here, change the clock maybe somewhere else, but I would add that either there or here, right? Yeah, so that's the piece I would put in that room. And even better, we can match that up with some cushions. Voila. Or pillows. And if you want to maintain that gray color, I don't know, you can, if you want to maintain the gray, but if we want to break that gray, we can go full on with the same color. This is how it would look like. This is how it looks like before the printing. That's the cover, that's the insert, that's the zipper. And this is So you can select which material you want to have your pillow. You can either have it in cotton, okay. If you want to have the insert, that's the inside, the material inside, you have to select yes, and that will show the price. Or if you just need, if you already have your own pillows and you need a cover, you just say no to insert, and then you select cotton, and that will show the price, and you get just a cover, and you fill it up with your own material. So that's something that I would bear with me for a moment here. Yeah, in this space. Now let's go to the bedroom. The bedroom, there is quite a lot of space here, right? Good thing the baseboard is not too high, so there's room. Now I normally don't like hanging artwork above the baseboard. I don't feel comfortable having things hanging over the head here. So I want to see what's the rest of the room. Either I would put, this doesn't give much space for the art, so I would be interested in seeing what's on the, okay, there's 2 rooms, looks like there's 2 rooms in this. So I would be interested in seeing what's on this side of the feet, what's on the wall there, although the image doesn't show. I would prefer putting an art piece, so when I'm sleeping here, I can just look at it from that angle, from this angle here. I look at the artwork from this angle here, as opposed to having it over my head. So yeah, this is completely, yeah, this is one of those pieces I've come across with blank, nothing on the wall. So come on, we gotta do better. So private owners, like, you know, if you wanna add to your customers' guest experience, please add, see this whole room. Let's see what else is there. I mean, the bathrooms look fabulous. Oh, by the way, we can also, with our, I wanna see what the, okay, so this is the kitchen. So all these were also, all you're getting is the nice, it's nice and clean, and, you know, looks fresh, but doesn't look, for me, it's missing that warmth, because again, there isn't color, right? But other than that, it seems like a beautiful, nice space. And yeah, so let's add a touch of color to the spaces to enhance the guest experience. Okay, so let's move on to another property. Let's see. Now this is a modern 1-bedroom condo. Let's see how this is. This looks like, I'm interested in the living area or living room. Again, gray sofa, gray couch, a sofa, gray curtains. The floor has a much warmer color, which is appreciated. The artwork, there is something on the wall there. Would that be my preference? I wouldn't, if I walked in, would I be impressed? I don't think so. Blank wall here. Okay, so let's see, maybe there is more to this space. I want to go see what else. So that's the living room. So I would say there is a lot of room here. I would prefer having a more vibrant piece of artwork here, either here, or actually both walls, here or there, right? So I feel this is not enough, or even should be bigger, because this wall is wider, and that would, you know, that would say more about the space. Now let's look at the bedroom. There is 1 bedroom. Okay, now again, because I personally do not like art hanging over the head or anything hanging over the head, but for anybody else, if you're not bothered, as a guest, if I went into, I wouldn't want to have something in it. I wouldn't want to have a piece of art hanging over my head here. But for some people that don't mind, that would be fine. I would rather have it over here so that when I wake up, when I'm awake, I can see what's happening on the wall here. Okay. But for people, if you I mean, depending on the guest experience, some people prefer having the art here, and I see there's room here. But again, it's going back to the same color tones I was talking about. It's the gray, white, black tones that I feel are not are very monotonous. They're really monotonous. Now let's see the other side of the bedroom. So the bedroom, again, there's only one side of the bedroom, so I can't tell what else is in the room. But I would definitely like to add, if I was a guest walking into this room, I would like to see something more colorful, popping here. Okay, something that's popping with color. And in that case, maybe I would recommend this. This would be my recommendation. These are all these are metallic pieces. Okay. I would either go, if we wanted to maintain that color there, I would go with something that has more character. I'm not sure what this, but I would prefer something that has more character, right? I would either go that, or if I was to really add a pop of color or something close to that, or if I was gonna go for a pop of color, I would like to go with something like this, some vibrancy, some color, something to break the tones. Okay, that's something else. This is also another piece I would go for. Now, I would go for a much wider 24 by 16. This in a mirror. Again, this is mirror. This is for people who just want, I just want basic artwork. I don't want no frames, nothing to it. That's a piece I would add. Now, if we look at how that looks, you can see that adds a whole different kind of energy to the space, right? So color plays a major role when it comes to mentally, when it comes to our psychic. Like color, that vibrancy, looking at color, especially in the winter season, it kind of lifts up your mood. So that's why I personally, in my own opinion, I would say add color more, especially in the winter. And even this kind of color, even if you had it for the summer, it still blends in it, because it kind of portrays like natural colors or vibrant colors that you would see in the summer, and which you would see in the summer outdoors, but you wouldn't see in the winter. So this is a piece that you can have. It's like an all season vibrant art. Is like all season art. You may not even have to change this. It's gonna be suitable for all seasons, right? So I would either put that, and that's what out in a place like this, and then find some other colors, popping colors, or maybe put that here, and then change the cushions here, right? Or even you can either way put it here or put it there, and then find some matching cushions or a blanket to go on the couch here, and then break the gray color tones and black that are going on here, right? So if we go in here, there's actually you can add a cushion or a pillow, and you can also, as a buyer, you can adjust your pillow to whichever way you want, or the image on your artwork, if you want to maintain the gray color, or if you want to keep it black, right? Or if you want to go yellow, lighter yellow, you want to go blue. So this is the beauty of this site. You actually have a hand in designing your pieces the way you want them before they're shipped out to you. That's the beauty of it. This is aqua blue. Okay, so I would throw some of these on this couch, and maybe add a plant, something green here, because it's pretty plain. For me as a guest, if I walked in, it's not any different from the gray, black, white tones that I am seeing in other properties. Okay, so let's move on to another property. So so the whole idea here is like, let's not underestimate the power of art when it comes to enhancing your space. Especially it adds to your customer's guest experience. So do not underestimate it. So this one here, this is a property again in Mississauga. It's a luxury affordable. So let's look at it. I'm interested in the living room space. I want to see what's in the space. And here we go, white, gray, and dark gray flooring. Okay, because this is the pattern going on with a lot of properties. Now, as somebody who as a customer, I can pretty much predict that this property is gonna be gray, white, and black. I can predict that pretty much, because it's the thing going on. And again, I keep saying, I don't know, maybe because it's a trend or it's convenient or whatever that case is, but if we're gonna take that, if we're gonna go that direction, let's add some color, please, guys. Let's add some artwork that pops, that breaks the pattern, this pattern, gray, white, and gray, white, black. Nothing wrong with it, but I find like it's becoming monotonous. Every property you see, those are the same colors, right? And blank walls in that case, because your property is the same colors with the next door property, with the other property. What you can do different is, of course, your interior, your pieces, your furniture, right? You're gonna invest in some good pieces of furniture for your guests, and some interior decor if need be, and that should include art. I think art should be the number one thing, the number one piece that's going into the room, and then that's gonna give you rhythm. It's gonna give you a flow of what colors you can pick up from those, especially when you use a vibrant piece of art. You can pick up any colors to kind of marry that into your room and get away from the same color tones that are in the space, because this won't do it for your guest. It won't. It will be just like any other room, right? So let's see what else. Again, it's a beautiful space. Okay, so I see there is a piece of artwork there. All right, so we're gonna appreciate the effort of having that there. Okay, I like the size. It's a good size for the wall. I would go for a different. For me, the issue is color. It's gotta be popping, and I'm not sure if this is a basement unit, but if it's a unit that's in a basement, it's kind of confined. There isn't much light. You gotta draw in artwork that kind of maybe reflects nature, reflects the outdoors, but also has a warm feeling. Adds a warm feeling, so that when I come in as a guest and I look at the artwork, it kind of broadens my imagination. I kind of widens my mood and gives me better mood about the space, right? Because as the artwork is what's gonna give you a theme, or is gonna give you a flow as the property owner to accessorize anything else that's going on. You start off with the artwork, okay? And you're gonna pick up some of the colors. Now, this is better than a blank wall, but for me, the colors won't do it. I want to see something that really pops, right? Something that's really vibrant, good energy. When I walk in, I forget it's cold outside. Warmth. It adds warmth and character to the space. Okay, so let's go in. Which piece would I recommend? Let's see. Let's go in here. Now, because today we're focusing in on metallic pieces, so let's go first. I think what we're gonna do, let's close off that one. I think I want to see the rest of the space. Let's see the rest of the space before we continue on. I want to see, let's see the bedroom. Then that way we can, okay, black, white, gray. I appreciate the piece of art here, and I appreciate the color that's going in here. And also sometimes the artwork will kind of give you the kind of the energy, whether it's masculine or feminine energy that's being pulled into the wall, into the space, right? When I look at this piece, I'm gonna give credit for having having a piece on the wall. Number one, I like the color. Okay, I like that there is a pop of color, and I think because I personally would center it more. I know because I'm not with having art hang up here, but I see it's a common thing. People will put art over here. So if you're gonna put art, I would say maybe have it centered, and maybe because the owner wasn't very secure having it hang here. Because if you put it on the side, you may as well put another one on the side here, because to kind of balance out the room, if you're gonna put the artwork on one side like that, maybe have another piece hanging on the side. Either have it in the center, have it centered, look for the center of the wall and have it centered so that you can give it more balance. Or if you're gonna put it on the side, at least have two pieces on each side. But I personally would prefer maybe put some light decor here if I choose to, or have your lamp. Some people will have like a side lamp, and then put the artwork on this, either on this side of the wall. Now I don't know if this is a mirror. Okay, so there is a closet here, and then there is a mirror, so there is no space for it here. I would say maybe on this side. I'm not sure what's on this side of the bedroom, of the room. If there is a bed, if there is a wall, I would rather have the piece on this side, because when somebody wakes up, chances are they are not looking at the art here. They are looking at either on this angle, they are looking at it on this angle, or that angle, or this angle if there is a wall. But this is fine. However, I think we want to create a balance here. Either have the piece centered, or have, if you're gonna have it on one side of the bed, have another one on one side of the bed. Right, but we're gonna give it I'm gonna give the effort for having, and I see it's flowers, there is a car, so for me it's picking up more of a feminine energy. So if when we're looking for a piece that's gonna go in the living room, something close to this. So let's look at the other room. Is it, oh, I think it's one room. Is it one room? Okay, so there is another art piece here. Again, I'm gonna give, we're gonna say, I respect the effort there. Would that be the piece I would use? No. Now this is a nice, decent, sizable baseboard, so probably won't put anything here besides your lamp. But this is a perfect space. This is a perfect space to have either the art piece here or have it here. The other thing, another trick that I saw, there's another property I saw on here that had a very neat way of laying out the artwork. So put a mirror. What they did, they put a mirror on this side and then put artwork on this side. And what happens, actually, I'll put the artwork on this side and then put the mirror on the opposite direction. So the mirror here is gonna reflect the art here, which kind of makes it look like you have two art pieces here, but in the actual sense you have one. So you have your art piece here, have your mirror here, and then this, I would leave this, I would put maybe something light, something that might not fall, or some kind of decor there, or just leave it as is, as long as you have your lights going. Because again, I personally don't feel comfortable having things hang over my head, right? In this manner. I mean, if it's something that's going all the way to the ground, but if it's hanging off the wall, I'm uncomfortable with that. But having the walls blank like this, the furniture is beautiful, but the walls are blank. What's going on with that? We can't be doing this in 2026. Come on, you gotta give more to your guest, add character to the room, so that when your guest walks in, they're like, yeah, I love this. They're gonna appreciate that, and you're getting a good review for it, I can guarantee you. Okay, so the other room had, I guess the other room is for this is more like female energy. I think this, I don't know if this is meant to be a girl's room, and this one has nothing in it. So what I would do, I would go with this room here. No, first of all, let's go with this room here. With this room here, I would go, if there is not any other space to put the art and we have to put it here, either I'm gonna put it here. So this is the piece I would go with. That's what I would go with. I would go with a more let's see if we make it we go with the horizontal, or we can go with square pieces. That's square 8 by 8. Okay, now this is how this would look on a wall. Now that's a small piece. Now this 8 by 8 I think is perfect, because this is a small space, right? This is a small space. I would either put that's the piece I'm talking about. I would put that either in the center here, or I would put one piece on each side of the bed. One side, one piece here, and one piece here. I'll put one big piece. Bear with me, please. Let's see, we'd go this piece here. I would go vertical. 8 by 10. That would go here. And that's the piece I'm talking about right there. Okay, so I like what's going on here. I would prefer more popping color. Now the cushions, I would say let's have something like a fleece blanket with the same shade right there. That's how a fleece blanket would look like. One side is printed, one side is not printed, one side is white, and that would go right at the end of the bed here. Now with the other room, with this room here, I would go with this piece. I would go with this piece. Let's see if we can have it in a oh, sorry, this is a fleece blanket. We're looking for a metal print. Okay, so that's the metal print. That's how it would look like. If it were vertical, that's how. Let's see how high the wall is. Well, yeah, right here. I would have that right here. I would have this, that piece right here, and then have a mirror. Have a mirror on this side, and that mirror would kind of reflect the piece, which makes it look like these two pieces, but it's actually one, it's just a reflection. And then just have maybe some light, maybe stickers or something or whatever, or just leave it blank. But definitely you want to have these walls, something going on these walls. Okay, so let's see, let's look on to the next property, and let's have a look at how this would look on a wall. That's how it would look. That's how it would look on a wall. Okay, all right, let's move on to another property. Blank walls, I know, no guys. Let's get away from the blank walls. Okay, so let's see, how do we, another home away from home. Okay, so finally I'm seeing a different kind of we're getting different kinds of furniture color. Okay, we finally have some color going on here. With the furniture, I see there's also an art piece which is adding some color. White is expected, of course. I think this is a basement, it looks like a basement unit, yeah, so I would understand if it's all white, right? And adding color, you know, plants add some color and they add a different vibrancy to the room, which is good. The couch is adding color to the room. I see there is an art piece here, although I would have preferred something more, something that would pop even more, but this is still better than but it's better than the blank wall, right? So much appreciation to that. See, the couch is really yeah, the couch and this here is really adding color to the space, right? And kind of blending in with it's blending in well with the art, although I would have preferred more vibrant pieces. Okay, I would have preferred more vibrant colors. Now if you ask me, okay, let's go in the kitchen. I wouldn't, I'm not so bothered about the kitchen. It's my areas of interest are the living space, right? So I want to see what kind of this is nice because it kind of blends in and brings in color into the space. I would prefer to go with a more vibrant piece here. So let me see, let me look through this and see what kind of piece I would actually match that space up with. Now this right here is one of the, I'll show you how that looks like. And I would oh, that's, let's make the because that's a small, so let's go 20 by 16. Let's make it vertical. Right, let's try the other, let's try the horizontal. I like the horizontal because then it still picks up the blue colors. I would go with, I would add that. So let's see, let's go bring back the space. Let's, I would add that, right? Personally, but I feel this is it blends nicely with the artwork. So let's see the other parts of the room. I'm curious to see what the bedroom looks like. Okay, so the same colors, the same blue colors are carried through here, which kind of again breaks that gray white tone. So this is beautiful. Having some color popping up in here is brilliant idea. But we need to have the walls, we can't leave the walls blank. We need to have some artwork that kind of accompanies what's going on here. And I see there's walls, but we cannot have the walls blank. Otherwise it looks just like a box. I appreciate, okay, this has some pieces going on here. Okay, that's cool. I can't see what's going on the walls here, but this one here, this one here, I would definitely add some. If I didn't, I would add this in here and take it out of the living room. I'll add that in here, or would go with this other piece here. Let's first see the colors. How do we feel about this? Go with a bigger size, 16 by 11, vertical. Let's see how that would look on a wall. Or let's go horizontal. I think it looks better when it's horizontal. Go 16 by 20. That's how it looks like. And now that's with this property. I would go for that. It adds life. I feel like it adds, you know, it's like bringing the indoors, the outdoors indoors. I would put that either on one of these walls, either this wall here or this wall here. But I like what's going on here. This is beautiful. This is this kind of, yeah, that really draws your attention, because everything else is, you know, just the way it's a kind of expected. So that's neat. Same here. I would either go with this piece here, or I would go with this piece here. I would go with that piece, and that would go in this room. I mean, this is nice. This is nice, although I would prefer something more vibrant, more colorful, something that pops. And either I would have it there or have it here. And I think this would be it for me. Let's see how that looks on a wall. Water. Okay, please remember you can go on here and design. Now these pieces are in metal, but you can also have it in any other. You can have, if you want to have it in a frame, just like this one here, you have the liberty to do that. And you can also design, like select how much of a mat, the size of the frame you want. That's the beauty about this site. You can design your artwork, you can design your frame the way you want it around your image, and that's how it will come out for you, right? That's how it's going to be shipped out for you. So we've already been looking the previous days, we're already looking at the frames and matting and all that. So today the main focus is I'm looking at the other material that in which you can have your artwork, which is the metal print. Okay, this is aluminum, and then there's a piece of wood that is added to the aluminum to be able to enable you to hang your piece, to hang your artwork easily to wherever you want it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to another property. Again, the whole idea here, I'm not here to critique or judge. I'm just sharing as a guest how you can use your art, how art can add to your the guest experience of your customers. If you're a private property owner and you have your property on the market, I'm just here to share some of the small things that things that seem small, but they're not small. They really do add to your customers' guest experience. So please do not underestimate the power of art when it comes to your interior, when you're setting up your space for rental. Do not underestimate the power of art. Invest in some good art, invest in some vibrant pieces, invest in pieces that let your space stand out. Because even if when I'm browsing and I notice the piece, because artwork kind of also says something about the property, but also the owner. It also talks about the taste. It also, art can say 1,000 words. Let's just put it that way. we know the saying, a picture says 1,000 words, and that's left for interpretation based on who's watching, who's looking at it. So invest in a nice piece of art and let your guests get mesmerized, not by what's in yours, not just by the other the furniture and all that, but also the art that you have in the. I'm not saying invest in very expensive art that people that might get lost. I'm sure it will be insured, but let's invest in some decent but also vibrant artwork. And the artwork here is not that expensive. It's not your typical art that you're gonna find like in furniture stores, because most of these are custom pieces. So it's there's some photographic pieces, but there's also some acrylic art pieces. So this art here is not the mass-produced art. This is somebody's handwork that's been put together. So it's not pieces you're gonna find anywhere. You're gonna find it here, and you're gonna design it the way you want it to appear on your wall, and that's what's gonna make it stand out. But most important, it's gonna pop. This is colorful art that's gonna catch the attention of your customers. It's gonna add to your customers' guest experience. Okay, so let's look at the other pieces. So let's go to Collingwood. I've not been to Collingwood before, but I'm curious to see what Collingwood has to offer. So let's go in and look at some spaces. This is a hotel suite. Oh no, I think we've been to Blue Mountains. I want to try a different location, because we've been looking at a lot of properties in Blue Mountain. So I would like to let's see what's in Gravenhurst. How about that? Oh, we're getting cottage. Oh, cottage. I'm not sure if this is appropriate for the season. I don't know how many people are really looking into the cottage at this time of the year. Let's maybe stick to more of the suburbs. Okay, so we were looking at we had seen some properties here in Oakville. We're in Oakville. Let's see what else. Let's look at some other properties here. This is Burlington. Animal lovers dream. Oh wow, okay. So let's see what's happening in Burlington. This is the property. I'm interested in the living room area. Okay, so this is giving me cottage like, and I don't think this is the season for cottage, but also the other thing is that most of the pieces here, the pieces that we have on this website are mostly contemporary pieces, right? For the most part they are contemporary pieces, so I'm not sure if these are pieces that are going to be suitable for a cottage, right? Because the cottages also, I mean, artwork is important in the cottage, but there's a whole different kind of vibe that goes on with the cottage, with cottages. So let me see the living space. Let me see the bedroom. Yeah, there's a whole different kind of vibe. So I'm not sure if the artwork on this site is going to be the right artwork for a cottage setting. Okay, for that reason, I think we are gonna skip out on. We're gonna focus in on more on the suburbs and the cities, because yeah. Okay, let's look. This is Mississauga. Hello, Mississauga. Okay, so let's look at the living room. All right. I'm interested in what's on the walls. Okay, I appreciate the fact that there is a piece here. Although we have lots of walls going, but I see, okay, there is window panel, but there is more wall. There's a wall here, window panel. Okay, let's see the rest of the room. Okay, we have lots of wall here, but it's blank. Why? Lots. The fact that this is a basement, even the more reason you want to add artwork to give it more life, because I mean, the lighting is beautiful. The furniture, this is what I was talking about. I mean, I appreciate the couch is coming in a different tone. But as we said, black, gray, white are the colors that are really, I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but I do see how they've embraced like the brown tones. With the artwork here, I would prefer something that pops even more. So much effort, much appreciation for having something there, but I would prefer something that is more vibrant. You know, the frame is beautiful, the artwork is beautiful. I would prefer something that's more vibrant, and I think in that case I would go, this is what I would go with. Just bear with me for a moment. Either that, okay, this is a 14. I would go with that. Now, again, this is a metal piece, or I would go with this one here. And this is how it would look like on a wall. Because we're looking for more vibrancy, more color. So this is nice. Oh, where is it? Okay, we gotta let some of these go. Yeah, this is nice. But how about something really popping? Like that. Color. And then that's gonna set the tone for the rest of the space. Once you put that here, it's gonna set the tone for the rest of space, right? Okay, so let's see what else is there. So is this a continuation? Because I see, okay, so this is one side of the wall, and then this is the other side where the couch is. This is plenty of wall and it's empty. We need artwork. We need more. More here. So I would say, yeah, have a piece there, but also it would be nice to have a piece here on either one side of the, or maybe a mirror on one side and then another piece here, right? And in that case, this is what I'll go with. So it's that. I would pair this with this here for this space. And let's look at, let's see how that would look on a. Again, we're trying to add life to the room. And see, it goes well with the browns. And if you choose to frame it, you can still frame it, but today the focus is on metal frames. So this would be printed on a metal frame, aluminum frame. And the hanging with support of a wooden frame at the back. And that would have your hanging mechanism at the back, right? So personally, I would fill these two spaces with one piece here, the first piece that we showed, that piece, the flower piece, this piece here, this here, and then pair it up with this here. Or alternatively, this, pair it up with that for this space. Let's go to the rooms. Let's go to the bedroom. Okay. Okay, that's the bathroom. I'm interested in the bedroom. Now, I like what's going on in the bedroom. Now we're talking. I like what's going on in the bedroom. This is beautiful. Nice. Let's see the other bed. Yes. Nice. I just wish it was bigger, right? This is a nice piece. That's a nice piece. Same theme that's going on. It's the same piece. So it's all about flowers in this basement, as far as I see in this space. So it's flowers. So I would put a touch of this, a touch of that, or the touch of this, because I see the whole theme. There's this flowery theme going on, right? So definitely. So, but this, yeah, I wouldn't do anything about this piece here. This is a beautiful piece. I just wish it was bigger. Or maybe, and also, so the artwork needs to be sent. If you're putting one piece, make sure that your art piece is kind of centered. Based on the wall, it's really centered to kind of give it that balance. That's beautiful. I like the colors in there. Nice. Okay, let's see what other property there is. I think that's that. Let's move on to the next one. Let's. Oh, where is this? Let's see. Let's first have a look. See where this property is. This is a cottage-like apartment. Where is this? Riverfront. Whereabout is this? Oh, Meadowvale. Oh, this is in Mississauga. Oh, okay, let's see. So let's have a look at the living area. Look at that. Oh, is that? Oh, now that's some bold artwork on the wall right there. Yeah, I like the boldness. Yeah. Or like yeah, much appreciation. There is a piece that really, yeah, it gets your attention when you there's a frame, as I think we all say it. It really does get your attention, and it kind of really flows in nicely with the wood here, with the earth tones and what's going on here. So yeah, this is beautiful. I would personally, I would have liked it to pop more if it had some colors. So, but I mean, it really blends in nicely with what's going on here. That's beautiful, beautiful. And for once, I'm not seeing, and I like also the colors of the wall. It's not it's not your usual white, gray, dark, or black tones. It's a whole different earth tone going on here. But yeah, this is nice. This is a bold one here. Okay, so let's see what next. Or is that the same space? Or yeah, that's the same space. That's the same space. Although I'm seeing, so there is only one wall. Okay, when I look, I see there is more wall here, but I don't know how, to what extension. Let's see. I like the ceiling. I like the details, that the dimensions that are going on with the ceiling. Now, when we talk about art, do we see how this is actually adding? Do we see how the TV screen is adding to the room? How vibrant that color is? And this is why it's important for us to add color to spaces, because there's all these brown tones going, no problem. But if there was an art piece, if it wasn't, I mean, the TV, the screen on its own adds its own theme to the room, which is, you know, that really catches your attention. But I wish I could see more on what's on the other parts of the wall. I'm not seeing much wall here, but so far for the piece that I've seen on the, okay, for this, yeah, I'm not adding anything to that. I'm not adding anything to it. Okay, so let's move on to the next property. This is where is this? Burlington. Okay, let's have a look at this property in Burlington. First, we want to see the living room. Let's see what's on the walls in the living room. Okay, I'm not sure. I think that's a mirror. I still feel there's plenty of wall here, but we have a small art piece here, and then I believe we have a mirror there. Okay, let's see what else. What else is in here? Oh, okay, we have an art piece here with some blue tones that are matching in with the couch here, or the love seat, and with the rug. Okay, so nothing much going on this side, because we have the TV, and nothing really going on this side. But I see this is better than the blank wall, right? And it's not it's a limited kind of has limited space. So we're not gonna, you know, for this piece here, maybe again, given the space, I don't know if this is more like a personal piece of art. It's like a family portrait or something like that. So I can't that is suitable wherever it needs to be. I cannot comment on that. So let's go in on the bedroom. Okay, I like the furniture. I like how they're balancing out the two art pieces here, and then adding two more art pieces on this side of the wall. And there is a window. Okay, So I would go with different, I mean, I appreciate the fact that there's almost 4 pieces in here of art. At least there's something on the wall. I would prefer going with something different. On these walls, I would prefer something that really pops. Okay. Maybe in a brown or gold, silver tone, bronze. Not sure what's on this here, but this is, again, it's better than nothing. Or we can leave, if we choose to leave the artwork, at least you want to change, maybe change this, change the cover, add a cover that really gives it add a cover that's really a duvet that really stands out. But my area of interest is right here. So I would say, if I were to put 2 pieces here, I think I would go for these 2 pieces. These are, I would prefer something that pops, right? Vibrant colors is what I'm looking for. So we would go, where is that? I would go with this. Hold on. Right here, I would go with this piece. Where is it? In canvas. I'm sorry, not canvas, metal. Metal paint. Okay, I would go with that right here. And then on the side, on one side, this side, I would go with this here. I would go with that on one side of the room, this side. And then I would go with the mirror. I would go with the mirror either on this side and then have the image on the other side. Go with the mirror that kind of is in the same dimensions, same size, and then go with have one art piece, have a mirror this side that kind of reflects the artwork. That's a tip that I just picked up when I was going through some of the properties here, and I saw somebody had used that method of hanging, and it was actually neat. Turned out good. So a mirror on one side and then artwork on the other side, and then have one piece here. For those who are not afraid of having anything hang above the head, I would put one piece that I've just shown you. Oh, where is it? This would be on the side, and this would be just above the baseboard. But in a canvas, I beg your pardon, in a metal framing, on a metal, on aluminum, printed on aluminum. And this is how it would look like. It kind of brings the outdoors indoors. Okay, let's move on to the next. I think we're pretty much, yeah, I think we're done with this property. Let's move on to the next property. Although I like the furniture, I like the bed. I think we did that. We had a look at that already. Or shoot, did we lose? Well, let's go to Niagara. Niagara on the lake. Let's book some random dates. Done. This is a house, premium host. Okay, let's look at this. Let's start off with this one. Let's see. Hello, Niagara. What's cooking, Niagara? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, let's look at the living room first. Wow. Okay, so this is one property owner that's not afraid of color. Okay. I like the colors going on here. You can tell the space is so lively, warm. Yeah. Yes, the colors are going here. The colors, like, it's, yeah, you can tell there's a warmth that comes with this, and I'm enjoying. I like the browns that come with the furniture. I like the red highlights in the space, the brown, the way they've really blended the colors here. It's like, do you even need art? Do you even need art on the wall in this space? I know there is a piece of art here that's I don't know if you guys see it right there, but the walls are already busy that you don't even need art in here. But let's see the rest of it. Look at that. So there's a whole character that's going on with this space. Okay, and you're not gonna find this is a breakaway from what we normally, it's a breakaway from the white, gray, black tones. Okay, I'm getting white, red, cream, but the highlight here is the red and the blends with the red and white, right? So how are you gonna forget this kind of a space? Look at that. Look at that. That's the living room. I can't even, I mean, because I'm looking like, okay, so there's two pieces here, and I can't even, I'm not gonna say, hey, let's add some popping colors here, because I mean, the space on its own is popping. Okay, the space pops. So I'm not even gonna comment on the artwork here, because the space on it has its own vibrancy going, and I think the artwork on the wall fits perfectly fits in with the theme, with whatever is going on. Okay, so I'm not even gonna say, hey, add something here, no. Okay, let's look at the bedroom. So that's the living room. So bedroom, look at that now. Look at that, guys. There is character. Like, the owner has taken time to really add character to the space. Okay, it's not your typical bedroom. We're getting clouds in the sky. Okay, we're getting that flow of blue, we're getting that flow of white. Okay, again, this is a breakaway from the gray black tone, gray black white tone. Okay, I mean, look at that. It has its own characters. Like, once you go to bed and look right up in the ceiling, you already feel like you're on cloud 9. You're on cloud 9 in this. And again, now I see some art pieces here. Okay, so they have some figures. I cannot clearly see what's on there, but I think because the room already has its own characters going on, I think the artwork blends in. I wouldn't because if I say let's change this piece, you'd pretty much have to. So I don't want to break the theme going on here, but at least I see there is color in, and it's a break away from the usual color. And you see there's a whole kind of a blue tone going on with the door, and then that blue theme is still running through the room, but again, you're getting different shades of blue with the artwork. Okay, The ceiling is good, also giving you a whole different touch tone of blue. So I mean, look at that. Okay, let's move on to the next. Voila, here we go. See the tone in the wood. It's that rich. I'm not sure what kind of I don't know if this is mahogany, but the color of the wood is vibrant enough and it adds warmth to the room. Look at that, guy. And I see she's added they added a mirror here, so there isn't much room for art here because there's a window panel here, there's a window panel there. Okay, there's some two pieces that they've added to the side here. Okay, two art pieces on this side, and there's a lamp here. And there's that mirror going on there. Now I'm not sure what on the art, I don't know what's going on with the art pieces, but again, I just feel like the color tones that are going on in the room are vibrant enough to kind of give the guests that feel once they go into that warmth, right? Like how you gonna, like everything, the colors stand out, the furniture stands out, the color theme, and also the covers all stands out, and the lamps, so you already feel that warmth when you walk into the room. So I'm not gonna even bother changing anything about the artwork because I think it just blends in just fine with everything. Okay, let's see the other room. Same thing, color, the colors of the color of the room really catches your attention. The art pieces here. Now, what kind of I'm not sure. Again, there's three art pieces here. This is more like, I don't know if it is more of a traditional. Most of the artwork that we have on the website here is more contemporary. This is, I think this is art pieces that are reflecting more of maybe historical events or spaces or things like that are being reflected here. So I don't think that the kind of artwork, the contemporary pieces that are on this, that are here, I don't think those would actually, really fit in here. But yeah, I like the warmth that comes with the colors of the wall, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you're not gonna do that with your walls, at least reflect the warmth and colors in the artwork, right? But once if that's reflected in your walls, then I guess you don't have to focus so much on the artwork, because that's already, the room is already vibrating, giving you those kind of vibrations. Look at this, like that rich wood color. I don't know if it's mahogany or, but yeah. And the art pieces there, what's this? These are more like traditional, I would say traditional art pieces. I can't see what's in there, but I wouldn't change a thing here because the color theme for me going, I even don't want to bother with it. And that's reflected, that tone, that red rich tone, it's like the earth red rich tone is reflected in pretty much most of the property. Look at that, beautiful. And this is what I'm saying, the art is more the art kind of reflects more traditional either spaces or time that's reflected in the artwork, and I think that theme goes well with the space. And I wouldn't suggest any contemporary pieces because these are more like this is artwork that carries a story, has history with it, so I wouldn't even bother with that. But I think we already saw this. It's a beautiful space. Wow, Niagara. But one thing I've noticed, look at this. What's going on here? I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, those are pretty well put. Oh, is this part of the room? Oh yeah, this is the okay, so this is the room we're looking at. Again, this furniture, I think the lighting didn't do it justice here, but yeah, wow, I think I believe the artwork matches in very well with the theme, which is more like a traditional theme. But I'd like to see where is the, like Niagara. This is, I think I've looked at other, oh, Heritage House, excellent. I've looked at other properties in Niagara, and Niagara, yeah, Niagara really does a fantastic, the properties in Niagara, they do a fantastic job putting most of those properties together. I've seen some really beautiful venues. Hold on, which one is this? I've seen really some, okay, so the Little Lily Pad Contain Home in Old Town. Is this in Niagara? Niagara on the Lake. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Let's go to the living room area. Okay, so I like the floor colors. Again, I think this is one of those properties that are these are like historic property, or these are like old properties that carry a certain theme, which a theme that has a lot of history, and so that's reflected in the some of the furniture. You see that reflected in the furniture. It's also reflected in the some of the interior pieces. It's also reflected in the art. So if for a site, for the art, some of the art that we have on our website, I don't think it would be suitable, because it's more the artwork on our site, on the site here, is more contemporary pieces. Okay, these are more contemporary pieces that might not fit in with what's going on here, but this is beautiful property. And the fact that there is something on the wall, and you see even the pieces, when you look at the pieces, these are like these are pieces that carry certain, that there's a history. So there is a theme that's going on that maybe the kind of artwork that we carry on our site might not be suitable, but I do appreciate the fact that there's something going on the wall. I like the warmth of the floor. Now, a lot of this has changed. I think you find this in old homes. You're not going to find that in new homes. And I think that's why there is this repetitive pattern of gray floors with most of the new properties that we see. Because I think that's what's on the market, right? Okay, so let's get to another property. I would like to see a more contemporary room in Niagara. Okay, so this is the living area. I like the flow. I like the vibrancy that comes with the flow. The furniture, again, this is a space that's showing, featuring some historical interior decor that, you know, has history. Would I want to put art, some of the art pieces? Again, I think this is more, kind of gives like a vintage-like style. So the contemporary pieces that we have on our site might not be the best suited for this space, right? So again, let's see the bedroom. Okay. Now the bedroom is more, gives me more of a contemporary feel. And with the bedroom, I would say, yeah, maybe we can do some things. I would put, I already like the colors that are going on in the bedroom, right? I like the colors that are going on in the bedroom. What I would do, there's a piece here. I think I would like to balance out two pieces here. Two pieces of the same, like this. I like this in tiles color, but I would do two pieces here. One here, one here. And if you ask me which pieces would you go for, I think I would go for this. Let's see. Let's see what's on the wall. Oh, let's first close off that. Oh, we're still on Niagara. Okay, so let's close that off. Okay, for this kind of blue, I would either go from that. I would either go with this piece, or let's see the colors. Smaller, also that. Well, I would go with this piece. Where is it? Right there, and I would put two pieces, one on each side. And I would make those, I would go 16 by 10, vertical, yes, 11 by 14 maybe, okay. And I would go with those here. I would put those, let's close that off. I would put these two pieces side by side. One here, one there, just to balance the art out. One on this wall, one on that wall. And I think that's the same room that we're looking at. Okay, let's see some other. We have 6 more minutes. Let's see what else Niagara has to offer. So this is contemporary. Okay, let's look at the living space. That's the living space. I like the break away from the usual tones, the white, gray, black. Although I see there's some gray, but it's like a lighter tone of gray. White, of course. I mean, white is wins. You know, I see why white wins. But yeah, we need to add some color. I appreciate the fact that there's some pieces here. Let's see the rest of the room. I like the doors. Those are sliding doors. Okay, let's see. Oh, beautiful. Oh, so there's sliding doors that walk you into a room here. I don't know if it's the same room or there's two separate rooms. You walk right into another room here, or you walk into. So it's more like a studio, but it has separating doors. So let's see the artwork on the wall. Okay, I like how they've I like how the artwork is kind of split between the wall. Although I would personally prefer going one piece here, one piece there. What's going on here? So there is blue. Yeah, I would prefer some popping, maybe some popping frames to replace this. Leave everything else, and definitely I would go with this. Well, let's see what color theme they have going. Green. I would go with that. Or this, but in a more vertical, let's see, horizontal or square. Square. I would go with this piece. And I would have, close that off, one piece here and one piece here of this. Okay, those two pieces, that frame, I would add two pieces, one here, one there. And I would also change up the cushions. Throw in some matching cushions. right here. Let's see. Yeah, throw them right here. So throwing this would be where the artwork would be. So this is what we would have. That's the cushion and the matching artwork. So the cushions would be here, the matching artwork, which is this. That would be here, one piece here and then one piece on this side, and water. Oh, that's a beautiful space. Niagara has some beautiful spots. Nice. Okay, 3 more minutes. Let's see what other space we have. So far, Niagara, I'm impressed. Now, let's see this one here. Another person who's brave, that's not afraid of color. Look at that. Now we're talking. That's color at its fullest. Look at these tones. So we have gold going, we have a touch of blue, we have red, we have black. Oh my, beautiful. I like the balance. I like how all those have been balanced out. Like Niagara, people of Niagara are not afraid of, like I'm seeing a whole lot of character with properties in Niagara. Like it's crazy. Look at this. Look at the details. Now let's first check out the living room. Dining, common rooms, dining, common room. Okay, look at this. Is this a private or is this a hotel? Like, I mean, the details to this space, my goodness. Wow. They really, Niagara, I'm really impressed. Okay, so look at the details to this place. Look at the furniture. Yes, we have the white going, we have black going, but we also have some other color. But I see the dominant colors are black, white, but we also have blue going, which is very much appreciated. I like the details to the furniture. I see some 2 art pieces going on here. Okay. They have some color. It's like more like watercolors. Okay. Let's go see more details to this space. Yeah, I like the warm colors. It's not your bright light. It's not your really very bright white lighting. It's more like a warm lighting, which really also adds to the space. So, but I'm enjoying the color, some of the color, I still see black is a dominant, black and white are dominant colors, but there's a touch of, gold here, some gold there. There is a touch of more like a charcoal color there. I like the blend of black and white going on with the flooring here. So the door panels, or these are window panels, don't leave much room for art, and I get it. But I do see there is a piece of art here. But let's continue on seeing. So that's the living. Actually, that's all there is to the living room. That's all there is to the living room. So let's see. Yeah, the details, they're really playing. So they've stuck with the dominant colors, which are white and black, but they've kind of, the property owner has kind of blended in some other colors just to make up for that, which are the gold, which is the gold lighting here, gold stand here, gold table, gold cushions here. Let's see. Unfortunately, that's all I see. Okay, so this is it's not that much space, but I see some color blending going on, and that's the art piece going on there, right? That's the art piece. Now, that maybe I would, this is a piece of art. Now, I would change that. That's definitely something I would change, and that's where I would bring in either Ellie or one of these babies here. I think I would throw that right there. This here. Let's see in a more horizontal, or maybe not. Square. Okay, no, natural. This right here, I would throw right that. Let's close that off. So I would throw that. This one here, let's put it on a wall so that we can. Maybe let's make kind of make it slightly bigger so it's visible on a wall. So that's how it would look on a wall. It kind of gives you that bronze nice finish or touch. So now that I would put that right here. What do you guys think? Would blend in nicely. I'll put that right there. I think that's the only thing I would change here. Because this is the that's the details to this space. Wow. The walls are covered with window panels, so there's only much room left for art. So I'm curious to get to the bedroom. Let's see the bedroom. Where is the bedroom? Dining. There's no bedroom. Rooms. Okay. Huh. Look at that, guys. Now this here, I would definitely. This would be. I'll show you. I would definitely change that with this right here would be the piece I would put up here. See how that would blend in really nicely over there, over the fireplace. Let's see how that looks like. This is how that looks like. Okay, so that would go right here. That piece, and that would blend in nicely with the red, white, and black tone. Okay, but I really like the vibrancy of this room. Look at the rug. Okay. I appreciate the lighting. Again, most people prefer not to have anything here, which is understandable because as a customer, some people do not feel comfortable having anything hanging over their head. So I get it. But yeah, I think this is a hotel. Is this the setup is like a hotel. How much lighting? I appreciate the lighting. It's warm lighting. It's not your bright white, you know, those bright white colored lamps lighting. This is a warm light that actually just makes the room feel warm, cozy, not ice cold. You see how, look how the natural light comes in, and look at that. This is another beautiful piece. I think this is another room, but this is, I like the blend of colors going on here. I like what's going on here. This is kind of capturing everything else that's going in here. I think this is a hotel. This must be a hotel. Look at the rug. That's beautiful. Like the colors, the lighting matching up well with that, because there's details to the window panels and all that. It doesn't leave much room for art, so there's only a piece here that we saw, which is fine. As I said, I would switch that up for either this in the other room, that, or in this room. Let me see what else I would. Let's see, in this room I would also go for, because of the red tone, that red tone, I would go for this here. Let's get to it. Let's get to where. I don't know, how do we feel about this? Let's first see. Maybe that would be, would that be too much? Because there's the blue kind of Of course, the green, it doesn't have, okay, it doesn't have a pop of green. I would go with this here. The second piece would be this here. I mean, it has a touch of green, but not that much. Now, this is the second piece. I would put about just over this one here, up here. I mean, this is still good, but if I wanted to put something more vibrant, more popping, that I would go with that. It picks up the blue. It picks up the blue, the seat, the red walls, a touch of yellow, the rug, black. Oh man, mention it. This is a beautiful property. Ooh. The duvet looks comfy. Oh wow. Nice. Anyways, I think this is gonna be the end of but yeah, the details. So as I mentioned, guys, so if you're not gonna change up your colors, let the art reflect some color so that you can give character to your space, right? This is really a beautiful space. Now if I were looking in from inside, from the outside, how does this look from the outside? Okay, this is it's a Soho at Hatton House Boutique Bread. Okay, that mentions it. And look at the price. This, how much is this? So I just put in a random date from January 29th to January 30th for 2 people. Your total, the price per night is 420. I'm not making this up. 425 and 500 with taxes. Now that explains the you know, this is a boutique B&B. It's not your regular but it's beautiful. I gotta give them kudos for the details, for those single details. But you know what, I think sometimes you don't need to spend much to make it's just small touches here and there that you can do, that can actually if you take the time to really look around, it's small things that you can do that can really upscale that space and make it, and I mean, take it to a whole different level, and people will pay happily, and people will be showing that, because I'm sure this has been on, I'm sure it's been on Instagram a number of times. Well, I would like to see what the reviews are like on this property. Let's see, are there reviews? Is there reviews on this property? Reviews, any reviews? So no reviews yet. Reviews, no. Before be the first to leave a review. So where there must be some reviews on this property. It's a beautiful property, and are people not going there? What's happening? I want to see what the reviews are like. It's beautiful, but the price, I think, matches. Let's see if there are reviews about it. Oh, okay, let's go reviews. I would like to see what the reviews are. Okay, so here it goes. It says this Hatton House Boutique Hotel in Niagara on the Lake, Canada receives exceptional reviews. 10 out of 10 for its unique interior design, warm hospitality from hosts like Monique, and comfortable luxurious amenities. Guests highly recommend the centrally located stylish B&B, praising features like heated bathroom floors and comfortable beds. Wow, heated bathroom floors. I would like to actually see So it gets 10 and 10 reviews. But I would actually I would like to read some of those reviews myself. Let's see. Okay, so here are the reviews on booking.com. So somebody here says, my family and I stayed in the upper east room of Hatton House and had a wonderful experience. The interior design is fully unique with thoroughly hand-picked art pieces. See this, guys? When I say art adds to the experience, some people think I'm making that up. So this is what I'm talking about. Please do not underestimate the power of art in your space. Okay, let's finish. Let's not get so excited here. Okay, so let's continue on. So she says the interior design is truly unique with thoughtfully hand-picked art pieces that were a pleasure to discover throughout the space. Monique was a fantastic host, friendly, welcoming, and very helpful. We would gladly stay again. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. Notice the keywords: the interior design, hand-picked art pieces. So they're talking about, there is mention of the general outlook of the space more than even they're talking about the food, the drinks. They're talking about the hospitality, the friendly, but the interior design. There is a mention and the art. Now let's see what the other one says. So this one can't think of any dislikes. Centrally located, beautifully decorated, and comfortable. Okay, so let's see the other. The house is absolutely beautiful. We received a friendly and attentive service and loved the breakfast offered. We were huge fans of the interior decor as it's stylish yet warm and inviting. Hello. The best part is that I promised my girlfriend here and she said yes. I proposed to my girlfriend here and she said yes. If that's not a sign to stay here, I don't know what is. The luxury mattresses and heated bathroom floors are also worth mentioning. The attention to detail in general is unmatched. Hello. This is what I say, guys. Hello, private home owners, please, because you've already invested money in your property, okay? Do not think that just throwing, the idea that you just throwing in some bed, some chairs, and just throwing in any art piece. People pay attention to these details. Customers pay attention to the details. So please, let's see, are there any other reviews? There we go. I mean, which better way can I say it? Now let's look at any there is another. Okay, so let's see this other space that we had looked at. This space also had some beautiful design. So I would like to read the review. No, this is not it. It's a different, there's another different one. Niagara, I'm really impressed. I'm gonna say that. Niagara, I'm really impressed. Let's see. Okay, so this is the other property we looked at. And I was taken back by the colors. I liked the colors. I liked the, it's more like a historical B&B, but it has some contemporary touches with this. But I would be interested in seeing what the reviews are like on this property. So let's check out the reviews on this property. And I think this is the last property we're gonna be looking at tonight, and then we'll call it a night. Okay, so let's see. So again, we're looking for reviews. So we'll go reviews. Okay. All right, so the overall based on AI overview. So this Merit House on King Street on Niagara on the Lake is highly rated 9.6 to 9.8 for its premier walkable old town location close to Queen Street. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm interested in actual reviews. So let me see what the reviews have to say here. Okay, see the reviews. All right. So okay, so we really enjoyed our stay. All right, this was amazing location. We had such fun stay and walked to everywhere. The beds were comfortable, the kitchen was well stocked, very cozy, warm, a very cozy and warm home. They even had a Christmas tree up. Let's see, fantastic stay at a fantastic house, absolutely gorgeous house, fantastic location, and the host provided. All right, everything about the house and property was amazing. Could stay there again. All right, so there's not really much mention about the decor here. Comfortable and cozy, wonderful veranda, excellent, clean, spacious, well furnished, and perfect location.
To winter life.
Okay, so
Where after a resolute holiday season,
sorry, so there is no mention of the decor. Traveled, okay, traveled with partner, absolute beauty. We loved every part of it. We definitely great location and well appointed, comfortable and cozy, excellent rental, clean, spacious, and furnished, and a perfect location downtown. House was very clean and many kitchen amenities walking downtown. Okay, so I see there is a lot of reviews here, but some people have generalized. They say they like everything, so I'm assuming everything about the space, including the decor, right? It's clean, comfortable, and excellent location. Some things were a bit worn out, but overall it's nice. It's a beautiful place to stay in a fantastic location. I'll look to stay again. Always love staying at this perfect location. The house is immaculate and everything you need there. This was my 4th stay and 2nd booking. I highly recommend book here. So there is no specific really mention. Okay, this one, excellent property, exactly as advertised, extremely clean, beautifully decorated and maintained, amazing location within walking distance. And okay, so yeah, so there's a touch of decoration. So decoration is a general term, but definitely your artwork, all that is part of the decor. So some people think that customers do not pay, or guests don't pay attention to what's on the wall or what they do. Okay, so let's go beyond just putting a bed, and let's pay attention to what goes on the wall and how that is gonna make your customers feel like. Okay, so I think that's it for the night or for the evening. I want to thank all of you for joining us. Again, if you're interested in any of the artworks that you saw today, or if you need help with any of your, if you have a space, you're planning on setting up a space, you need help with setting up artwork, you need some advice, you need help selecting your frames, your prints, layout, and all that, please do not forget, go to the either follow or contact. You can contact the artist right here. Go to contact and then send a private message. Also, take time to browse the artwork and see which pieces you think might work. Again, the other thing is that when it comes to the artwork, do not make it really personal. Yes, you have to, because you're the one purchasing it and all that, you're paying for it and you're selecting it, but don't take it past, do not really, I think you have to be open to the idea of the artwork is not just for you, but it's mainly for people who are coming to stay in your space, right? So when you're selecting the artwork, have that in mind, because it's not you who's going to be looking at that art, because this is just a business for you, right? But regardless, whatever you pick also matters. You gotta like what you're picking, but also make sure that it's something that your customers will enjoy. It's not just based on what you like. It's also, you have to put your customers into consideration. All right, until then, it was a pleasure. That's Fine Art America. That's the website. That's the custom. That's your artist. Reach out, follow. Until sometime this week, have yourself a good one and stay warm. Ciao.